one guy who's covered both. He's covered both ends of the spectrum, depending on when you'd ask him. Would be our brother Papoose.
Peace.
Papoose.
Peace. Safe. What's up, brother? Peter, what up, bro?
Papoose.
What up, Pap? How you doing, man?
Not good, man. Maintaining though.
Yeah. So it's only been obviously a couple of weeks, man. First of all, I sent you a text, but I want to say it on the podcast too. You were fantastic at the service. Like Saif, Pap's words were sincere and they were both heavy and had lightness to them, and light. I thought you and Rem both did an incredible job. So I just wanted to salute you publicly for that.
No, thank you, man.
That couldn't have been easy, man. So I guess where does your relationship? You told the story that the relationship began from you waiting outside of Hot 97. Is that literally the first time that you ever came into contact with K Slay?
I seen Slay before then at a mixtape award, but I was just, observing him doing his thing. So the answer to your question would be yes. That was the first time I actually, met him and spoke to him and had interaction with him. Yeah.
And how many times did you give him a CD before eventually calling him during his show to complain that he hadn't played your CD?
Man, it might have been maybe 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably came back like 3 different occasions, man. And on the third one, I was just like, damn, bro, like what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that era of Hot 97, of the people waiting outside for K Slay and just listening to K Slay is like not even able to be talked about, bro. It was such a great where like I was fearful for my life to walk outside the station and also thought, how beautiful is this that dudes from the streets can get a shot to get their shit on the radio that night.
I invented that though.
So you invented it.
I invented it. Slay used to tell me.
You invented a subculture, bro.
I did. And what made it worse was I wound up getting the big deal.
Right. Oh God.
The story came out and Slay used to tell me like, yo, you got these niggas thinking they can just come up here and you know what I'm saying, and get their music on the radio like that. It don't work. He used to always tell me that shit.
So in fact, your success probably made Slay's life
stressed out.
It did. He used to tell me that all the time. It's like, it's you, man. You got these niggas thinking.
So after he started playing the records, first of all, did you have any of the big joints done?
No. I only had the CD when I first met him with 7 songs on it. And that's what I was selling off the trunk of my car. You know what I'm saying? Like I was selling them shits and eventually I decided to go take it to Slay. But when we locked in and he started, signing me as his artist, the Street Sweepers Entertainment, we started going in the studio and creating music, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I started getting them records done.
And did he set up all the label meetings? Like was it just him running this operation?
Well, no. You know what I mean? It was us collectively, man. Slay mentality was, Slay, man. Y'all worked up there with him for years. He's going to come in there and do his show, and he's going to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But with me, being a new artist, when Slay was playing me on Thursday night, it was cool. But I was confused as to why the other DJs not playing me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I started going to try to build relationships with when I asked Slay, he was like, nah, we good. Don't worry, man. We're going to be good. And I'm like, nah, I don't just need you. I need the other guys. So I started making relationships with other DJs here and there. And that kind of expanded it more and spreaded things out. So as we kept working consistently, think about it. I met Slay in 2004. I didn't get a deal till like 2007. I was staying hot just off of the mixtapes. And eventually the bidding war started and labels started to recognize, but it was Slay who was, we got a meeting over here. But me and him would go too deep. We would pull up together to each meeting. He would always take me with him and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
wow. Saif was laughing last week. A couple of things about Slay. He always had a bottle at the radio station, right? Man, Slay always had a bottle of champagne. And if he was on the night before, we'd show up to the morning show and you'd see the leftovers of what had been the night before. But then Saif was also laughing about.
I remember the Del Frisco's.
Ordering the Del Frisco's.
Yeah. Oh, that's right next to Shade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every night Slay be in there.
Yo,
He'll
Slay.
get the steaks to go.
Slay was a classic. You know what's crazy? I did something at Shade the other night, and when I came out, I was like, "Yo, we got to go in Del Frisco's. We got to do it for Slay, man."
Yeah.
That and Childs, Mr. Childs.
Childs, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, as the years went on, though, like, and this was all stuff that I'm excited to share publicly because the memorial was small and it wasn't televised, but you told the story. Remy actually correctly told the story of the way that the two of you met, and it's completely like Syfe, it's the most hip hop shit ever. Like you guys met and have this family, and it all comes through K-Slay.
Yeah, that's great. That's what I said. I was like, yo, this guy gave me, you know what I mean, my career, you know what I mean, put me in the game and introduced me to my wife. What more can you do for a motherfucker?
Yo, that's everything.
What
bro.
more can you do, bro?
I owe him every, you know what I'm saying? Like, what
money
for a person?
Money, family, like that's what life is about.
Yo,
yo,
he gave you. How did it happen though? Because so Remy was with Slay first. Remy was down with Slay first.
Well, not even that. She, you know, the whole Terror Squad movement. Slay was also a part of that movement. You know what I'm saying?
He's a Black Fat Joe.
Yeah. So, you know, Rem was like his little sister the whole time. And he was promoting her on the mixtapes, and she said she would always be number one. But then all of a sudden she seen this guy Papoose number one on the mixtape, and she was number two. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, "Oh, who the fuck is this nigga? This nigga whack." She didn't even hear me yet, but she was like, she was hating on me. She broke it down at the funeral. But how it happened was, me and Slay was rocking. You know what I'm saying? I was building. Matter of fact, I was in the Players Club on all these with the Golden Lady. And at this time, you know, I was just starting to make a little name for myself. So I'm walking through the club and I see Remy. And she give me the eye. But me at the time, I'm like, nah, she ain't just give me the eye. Let me just go. Like a dumbass. I just keeps fucking walking. And I'm like, it blew past me. I'm like, nah, she ain't paying me no mind. I ain't nobody. You know what I mean? So a couple weeks later, Slay hit me and he like, yo, Rem want to do a song with you. And I'm like, word? He like, yeah, I think she like you. And I'm like, yo.
That's how you know someone likes you. You want to do a song.
Is that not the most hip hop shit in the history?
Remy rapper way to do it.
Yo, it could only be the Remy and Papoose story. That's the only combination like this.
So he like, yo, you know, I'm gonna let you know though, man. She kind of crazy. So, you know what I mean? That's my little sister. So if you're gonna fuck with her, man, make sure you straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, no doubt. So, you know, I go get a haircut. I go get my best outfit. I get my jewelry clean, everything. I come to the studio and she don't even show up. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Playing hard to get.
She don't even show up, bro. I was there like, damn, Slay, what happened? He like, I don't know, man. So, but we always in the studio every week. So randomly, she pops up on another studio session. And we did a freestyle, you know what I'm saying? Through my whole verse, I'm just flirting and shit. I'm just saying the most flirtatious punchlines I could think of, you know what I'm saying? And we just became real good friends after that, man. And she was kind of like schooling me on the industry. Cause I thought everything was real here. Like I thought all of the rappers that was talking the tough shit was tough. You know, everything. She was like, oh no, he's pussy. He don't do that. It's not like that. You know, you know, you gotta do this. She was like schooling me on the game and shit. And it just escalated from there eventually, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Syfe, do you realize that if you were watching a movie and they had the scene where the girl rapper and the guy rapper, they're both rapping, and the dude starts flirting with her on the record, you'd be like, this isn't realistic. This isn't what happened.
I sent it to you, man. You gotta listen to it. It's called Bonnie and Clyde. It's a freestyle.
I wonder if it's on YouTube. I'm about to look.
Oh, it is.
So funny, bro.
It is.
And did Slay stay a close part of your guys' lives?
Yeah, all the time, man. Slay was like, we was a team, man. Like if you pull up all of the old DVDs and shit, you see us having sneaker battles, all three of us, coat battles and shit. A lot of sessions, a lot of performances together. We was always performing together and shit. Just it was like a fan. We was a big family. You know what I mean? She was Slay little sister and, you know, my girl, you know what I mean? But it was definitely a family, and Slay would always, you know, guide us and just school us in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that about Slay. He known as a drama king, but Slay keep a lot of bullshit down. He the voice of reason. He be squashing a lot of shit.
I think that's an underrated thing people don't know because he had so much fun with the feuds. They don't know that behind the scenes he was also a common link between people.
The glue. He was the glue for so much shit, bro. Slay was the one who brought Fat Joe and 50 together when they finally squashed the beef. Think about it. They did the song that was premiered through Slay's show and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he squashed a lot of serious beefs in the game, bro.
Yo, I've always wanted to ask you this, and it's not related to Slay, it's related to Rem. Do you ever like look up now at how long she been home now?
Rem been home now at this point longer than she was in.
Like 8 years now?
She been home. She been home since 2014.
14. So yeah, 8 years. I'm good.
Yep.
Syph, I remember Syph. Remember we had Remy call in. She called in from jail like a little before she came out. Yeah. When she called the station, and I just, are there ever moments, Pat, where you like look around at the life you guys now have and like can't even fucking believe that you made it through that time? Like that shit must have been really challenging.
You must be psychic, man, because 100%, bro. I do it all the time. I get on her nerves with that shit.
Like you stop her and just go, babe, do you believe that we're here? You're not there.
Yes. She don't want to hear it because I say it so much, so I say it to myself sometimes. I'm like, yo, I can't believe this shit. Like I look around and I'm like honestly, that shit might have traumatized me more than it did her. Like that shit kind of bothered me because as a man, you see a lady in a predicament where you can't do nothing to help her. Ain't nothing you could do. All I could do is come to the penitentiary and sit there and visit her. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I gotta leave and she gotta stay there. So you know what I mean? As a man, that shit fuck with you mentally. You know what I mean? It was times when she first blew trial, I went home, you know what I'm saying, and I was so mad. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Did she ever say like to leave her, don't wait for her or anything like that?
At one
I know
point,
you will. I know you wouldn't listen, but did she ever say it?
At one point, yes. At one point, yeah, she did.
She was just like, "Yo, fuck out of here! Like, just leave me alone." Like,
what it was no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like fuck out of here. What it was initially she didn't believe that I was going to be there for her.
Right, of course.
Most women, for some reason, you know what I'm saying. I guess so many guys leave females for dead. Shit on them to be loyal. She didn't believe when I told her I was going to hold her down. So we actually got into a conflict over that. And she was like, I know you're going to leave me like everybody else did.
Right.
So what you waiting for? You know what I mean? But 1 year went by too. I was still there.
I saw it, bro. I watched you. I watched you all the time.
It's an unbelievable. It's really an unbelievable story. And look now, Syph, you can just look in the background, even just in Pap's background on the Zoom, you could tell he's rich. You know, that's the life. You can just tell by the curtains that they're rich. You know?
Nah, we did good for ourselves, man.
So how old were you when you met Slay?
Oh man, I don't remember.
Roughly 20, 21, 19.
I was in my early 20s.
Okay, so let's say you're 22. You meet Slay Hot 97 in front, whatever, all the street shit, gangster shit. Never once did you go, I can't wait to pick out curtains and a nice plan.
You never thought about that. Not for a second.
He got that nice ceiling to the ceiling plan. Like, you got to go
let me
get
tell you
that.
something, man. Let me tell you something. We got indoor pool.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Arcade game. Like you won't, if you come to my crib, you won't believe it, man. We blessed, man. God is the greatest, man.
But I can see pool. Pool is in every rich rap video ever.
but not indoor though.
Not indoor. Not indoor.
Pool is part of the rich. I'm gonna get a yacht. I'm gonna get a private jet. Pool, but not a plan. When did you get this plan? Like,
well, you must have never heard of Remy Martha. You know what I mean?
Oh, Remy Martha.
Never heard of Remy Martha
Stewart.
Yo, she cooks. Her cooking is amazing. She does party planning, so her decorating skills are on another level. Like when you see fly shit like this, it's all her, bro. I have nothing to do with it.
That's so amazing.
Yo, it's crazy. Now, question: do you have to be like with the indoor pool and young children? What do you do? It's like locked up. How do you make sure you like the little ones can't get to the pool?
The first thing I did when I moved here, man, because of my daughter, which is a great question, we put alarms on it. So anytime you open the door to the pool, the alarm goes off.
Oh,
That's what you need.
He's 3 years old, so we can't take no
Yeah, you
chance.
can't. You
how old are
can't.
your kids?
My daughter is 3 years old. My other kids, they grown now.
Oh, they from before Remy.
Yeah, before my wife, and she has a son. You know what I mean? My son.
Right, yeah, I met her
my
son. Yeah, I know it. So your daughter together is 3 years old.
Yeah, she's 3 years old. She's the only one. You know what I mean? So
It's beautiful, man.
extra careful, man.
And you guys went through a lot of hardships with trying to have the child too. Like after everything that happened with Rem, then that was hard. I know Rem has talked about that some. How hard was that experience for you? Watching her go through that, and you too, because I'm sure you desperately wanted the child with her. Damn, you blacked out on us.
Yeah, it was really difficult because you know, I wanted to have a child while she was away. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we planned on her beating the case. She blew trial and had to stay there 7.5 years. And I had to wait that whole 7.5 for us to have a child together. You know what I mean? And you know, honestly, I wanted her to have it while she was there because that a lot of women who are incarcerated, they're able to have babies and they send the baby home with the father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she was like, hell no, I want to be there. And
she would want to be there for that.
Yeah, I had to respect it, so I had to wait the 7. And then when she came home, she finally got pregnant, and she had a miscarriage. So in the process of having a miscarriage, the doctors informed us that, you know, she would never be able to get pregnant the normal way that, you know, people do get pregnant. And so we had to go through this process called in vitro.
Yep. You guys did IVF.
And we did IVF, man. And by the grace of God, man, we got our beautiful 3-year-old baby now. Man.
What a life, Pap.
What a life. What a life. And by the way, and that's the full circle part. And literally without K Slay, our whole conversation, there's no way of knowing where this whole thing goes.
Yo, bro, let me tell you something, man. I wake up in the morning and I gotta remind myself that this shit is not a nightmare and Slay is really gone. Like, I've been doing that ever since he passed away on Easter Sunday. He passed away Easter Sunday. I'll never forget it. And every day since then, when I wake up, I'm like, okay, K Slay is really gone, man. This shit is not a nightmare. Like, this is my new reality.
He died on the 18th?
Died on Easter Sunday, yeah.
Because my birthday is April 19th, and Guru from Gangstar died on me. And it's always, every year, like, since the year he died, it's like, he was like one of the first rappers that was cool to me when I was a kid, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And every time I'm happy my birthday's coming, but I gotta think of Guru, and now I gotta put Slay. And you know what I'm saying? When it happens on like right around to something special. But Slay, man, we talked about him last week on our podcast. Can't believe how many Slay stories we had and like how we put it all together.
Wow, man, yo, I'm not even gonna that shit, bro. That shit, bro. That shit broke me, bro. Like I never get seen, man. To be honest with you, man. Like, I just can't believe it. You gotta understand, this is somebody I speak to and interact with every single day, bro. This is like my best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A big brother who guide me through shit. Like, if I need advice, I call Slay. You know what I mean? I know I'm gonna get the clean, raw, uncut. You know what I'm saying? A piece of advice that you can possibly get.
Yeah.
The most honest, whether I like it or whether I want to hear it or not. Slay's gonna say the shit. You know what I mean?
Bro, I was telling Rosenberg last week the illest advice Slay ever gave me, and it was random too. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
By the way, it'll be funny. I wonder if Pap's heard this from him before. Because if you've heard it, Pap has to have heard it.
Bro, he goes, we were talking
about.
By
the way, Slay one of the funniest dudes I ever met in my life.
Mad funny. Bro, he goes, yo, if you, I got something about he had a coat, a dope ass coat.
Mm-hmm.
I said, bro, that coat is so fire. How much was it or some shit? And he goes, man, it don't matter how much it was. I'll just tell you this. If you can't buy two, don't buy one.
There you go. That's real.
Like, if you can't buy two of anything, don't buy the one. And that shit, I held that piece of advice.
Wow, man.
Forever. To this day, bro.
Nah, that's how he is, bro. That's how. It's
so simple. It's hood math, hood finance, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
What was Can you tell us anything that like Slay was into that we might not know, whether entertainment or like things you talk about, things that he was passionate about that maybe someone who didn't
we
know
would be shocked by, like
wouldn't know
type of movies he watched or whatever it was.
Oh man, yeah, Slay liked to watch. I mean, I think he watched the shit that everybody watched though. He was big on Power. He loved watching.
He had to be. If Slay wasn't watching Power, 50 failed.
He was big on the Power shit. He would call me, you know what I'm saying? Yo, man, you don't watch Power, Pat, man? You crazy, man? Yo, you gotta watch Power, bro. Like, that the nerve.
Did he like to go fishing or what was like something we wouldn't know?
Honestly, we all know the graffiti shit. He still was real active in that shit.
Really?
Do canvases like real dope. He still would do real dope ones and shit. Slay, you know what Slay was working on that I'm real hurt, bro. I'm so fucking hurt, man, because we was on the phone and I was trying to say this at the funeral and I lost my train of thought because I was so upset. But it was so weird. Before he got sick, we was on the phone one day and I think I know hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like I studied this shit from when I was a kid. But Slay's knowledge of hip hop, the history, where it came from, where it started, the first DJ, the first female rapper, the 5 elements of hip hop. Shit is on another level. So we was talking the other day, before he got sick, and as he was talking,
like during COVID times.
Yeah, but before he even caught it,
before he got sick, yeah.
And while we talking, I'm sitting there listening to him, and I say, "Yo, Slay, yo, you gotta write this shit down for me or let me record this shit because God forbid something ever happened to you, all of this knowledge is going to be gone."
He got inside knowledge.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, Slay, your knowledge and your hip hop history, you know what I'm saying? The level of shit that you know, I'm like, yo, I never spoke to nobody who know all of this shit because, with the internet, some people will go out there and say something, yo, such and such started this, and Slay be on the phone with me like, yo, that's not who started it. It was such and such, and he break the whole shit down. So long story short, I'm like, yo, you like a vote, bro. Like, this shit need to be. He's like, don't worry. My documentary is coming. I'm working on my documentary. Yo, this shit gonna change the game. It's talking about my whole life, all of my experiences since graffiti, the real history of who started hip hop with. And I'm like, so I'm kind of, to answer your question, I'm kind of concerned because I'm like, yo, where the fuck is that documentary? Where's the product?
Did he shoot some of it?
I'm speaking to his manager now, man, and we trying to backpack and see if we can find a way to get that to the people because I know I'm talking about for at least 2 years. He been telling me, yo, Pat, my documentary is going to change the game.
That has to come.
If he already shot interviews and stuff, I mean, God, we need that.
Yeah, bro. I think people need that because when I tell you, his knowledge of the game is different, bro.
Well, he was around every element predating, when records were even being recorded and put out. Yeah. Like he's the entire run of hip hop. He's literally, you could argue he's the only person who's remained relevant for the entire run of hip hop.
Hip hop, bro.
Syph, who else? Who else is still relevant from 1973?
Wow. Was doing graffiti in the street as a kid. Got videos to prove it.
Exactly.
Like
movies.
Can't even debate him. Like this nigga was part of the beginning. You know what I'm saying? What was instrumental in some of the biggest beefs between Nas and Jay-Z, and you know what I'm saying? The 50, like it's his history is just crazy, man.
Yeah, he was one of a kind, bro.
Yeah, bro. Crazy.
Pap, thanks for making some time too. I know it's been a tough time, man. But we wanted your voice on here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all for even having me on your platform, man. Real talk, man.
Oh, platform, trust me. This is a very tiny platform we have. Yo, Pap. Pap, I be hitting you on Instagram, yo. Why you never write me back?
I gotta get your gram, bro, because I probably some kind of way got it twisted, man. But I fuck with y'all guys, man.
Yo, son.
What were you gonna say? Okay,
spit it out, man.
To this day, man, one of my biggest regrets in life is saying I was gonna go visit Rem and I never did, man.
Oh man, yeah.
That shit bothers me to this day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be trying to hit you every once in a while, and probably you don't follow me, so you don't see it. But that shit, like me and her were really tight. That shit bothers me, man.
I mean,
is this you asking Pap to extend an olive branch to find out if she hates her guts?
Yeah, can you find out if she hates me?
Nah, man. Let me tell you something, man. Rem did all of that time. She came home. You know, people told her she wasn't gonna be nothing. She wasn't gonna be be successful again. You know, she got a beautiful daughter. We live in a mansion, own three other properties. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
he lost track.
I'm so proud of her, man. She came so far from being in that penitentiary. So trust me, Syph, man. You was a part of her. You know what I mean? In the beginning, coming up.
She fucking
from you, bro.
Bro, we would be in clubs sometimes, and like she would have my back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, fuck these niggas. We gonna go fuck them up. I'm like, real shit. And I remember she told me we was on a video shoot or something. We were on like one of those buses, like a trailer where they like this, like the green room, but it's like a trailer outside.
Right.
And we was on this fucking trailer. I remember she had on these hilarious slippers. And that's what I remember. Like, when you so real, you could wear whatever you want because you know what I mean, you know, like when you always tough, you're not real because tough people don't have to always be tough.
That's
you know what I
mean? There you go.
That's why, like, I always tell people, like, gangsters love R&B because they don't gotta listen to all this rap shit trying to hype themselves up. They chill.
Yo, that's real shit. The realest people you know is humble, cool, like to have
humble, cool, Isley Brothers, fucking, and she was telling me that she like met you and was kind of fucking with you a little bit, and I was like, Papoose? She's like, yeah, like he's man cool. Because me and Pap was always cool. Even though me and Pap have had many arguments, but always left cool, friendly. I saw his side, he saw my side. I play his record, like, yo, you're not playing this, you're not supporting me. You right? We play. You came to the mixer. Remember, you used to come to the mixer meetings.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm from New York. Y'all playing all this other shit. Y'all not repping New York. Blah blah blah. And then so like I feel like I saw it from like the inception, and then it's just a beautiful situation, which is like in hip hop is like we think everything's so hard, and I mean still it is hard. I would not want to run into either one of you in the nighttime.
But if you had to choose, you had to choose, you'd choose Pap.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be a smarter move, man.
Let me put it this way. If I said something stupid on the radio and like, which has happened before, and one of them was mad at me, I would want it to be Pap. Me and Pap, we've gotten through this before. We'll be honest.
Rem is a whole different level of killer than me.
Me and Remy, we've always.
Bro, I was the other night. Bro, last thing, real quick. You know, I tour a lot with Dave Chappelle. You know, I'm on my comedy shit now.
That's dope. Congrats.
So thank you, bro. So the other day we was in Denver, and he plays this song of yours, the song with Lil Wayne.
Oh wow!
He just kept playing it over and over. I'm like, so what I do with Dave is I DJ for him, and then I also do stand up. So I'll DJ, I tell jokes, and then I DJ again to bring him out on stage when the smaller shows when it's just me and him. And I'll listen to whatever he's feeling lately, and then I'll bring him up to it. He don't even expect it. So he was playing that shit over and over, and I was like, I never heard it.
That's crazy.
It's new. It's from the last. It was from what, 2 projects ago? 1 project ago?
It was from I think November. Yeah, you got to be right.
It has all your months, right?
Yeah.
But that shit was fire, bro.
Yeah, man. Good looking. Now, that was the best thing I did when I dropped the album each month. Bro. Like, so many people tried to talk me out of that shit, but yo, that was the best shit I had.
I'll tell you what, it sounds like a terrible idea on paper.
I'm telling you.
But it really worked well for you. Like, it really, every time I'd look up, I'd get a new email with like, oh, it's another month, and here's a couple more joints. And I think it was really smart.
Let me tell you something. I'm still streaming all of that. I'm talking about like every Monday it's a streaming check there for me.
Right.
And it's not going to go away. You've created with 100. You just added 100 songs to your streaming catalog.
Yo, bro, let me tell you something. When this year came, because remember I did it each month, named after the current month. Yo, bro, I did so well. When this year came, I said, yo, I'm about to do it again this year. My wife was like, if you do it, I'm moving out.
Stop rapping.
Like, bro, like it was a lot of work, bro. It was a lot of work.
Where's the studio in your house? Downstairs?
It's in my crib, yeah.
It's in the pool.
It's on the
It's by the
second
pool.
floor. I wish. It's on the second floor.
Bro, man, I'm gonna get your number from Rosenberg if that's cool.
Yeah, man, absolutely, bro.
All right, I'm gonna set you guys up, and Pap, we're really sorry for your loss, man, and we appreciate you sharing.
Yeah, yo, I appreciate y'all tribute to my brother Slay, man, and just trying to get through with it and carry on his legacy the best way I can, bro.
I have no doubt. We have no doubt that you will, bro.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate y'all, bro.
All right, peace, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Pap.
peace.
Peace.